I definitely think this bull run has beginning or has legs, but let's not get too confident. Welcome to Invest Today. It's September 26, 2024. We got a great show for you today. We're going to jump into the Bitcoin price here on the charts, and we're going to jump into the Nasdaq and see what's going on with that. And I do believe we're going to hit an all-time high again on that, and we got to be a little cautious. So please do watch my last video. My last video was showing that I believe Bitcoin's going to 88,000 US and possibly 90K, potentially hitting a top. Don't know. Or is this the new bottom? But I do think it's going to get there because the technicals show it. But without further ado, let's jump right in. Let's go to that fear and greed index first. All right, so we're here in the fear and greed index. So as you can see right now, it's showing the crypto market, and then beside is the stock market. So right now, the crypto market is moving into the greed, and it finally hit the greed as of today. All right, so yesterday was neutral, and it was neutral all the way down, okay, to September 17th before the fear zone, and then neutral, and then back into fear. And then of course that August 5th there, the carry yen trade got to extreme fear because everyone thought the market was obviously going into recession. So that was there was a lot of selling going on there. So with all of that in those days, there's got to be greed, and there's finally now greed, right? Because if you add all those days, you're going to get some greed. And I think the greed now is just coming. And this is just the beginning. So, but I do think it's going to move fast now. Let's jump into the stock market here. All right, so stock market up another 5 points today on the fear and greed index. That is insane. So we are moving quick, almost extreme greed. So the assets are moving quick, and obviously there's no slowing down here. Fear and greed index on the stock market basically showing a cup and handle there and a breakout. So let's just jump right into the Nasdaq. All right, so we are into the Nasdaq 100 as of today. It was surging, and then it kind of like it gapped up, and then there was a bit of a gap down. You can see right here. So it gapped up. We'll go right to the 1 hour chart so you can get a better view of that. It gapped up right here all the way to 20,530, and then broke back down under its 21 moving average and its 30-day moving average, which potentially could come down into its 50-day moving average, and that would make that would potentially make it a little more bearish and maybe a topping point if that happened, because it might work its way down to its 200 right here. But I highly doubt it, because if I go back into the 1-day chart, I'm showing a bit of a W formation, but this is at the top of this trend, okay? So when you see a W formation at the top of a trend, generally it likes to break down from a double top and go sort of into a bear market before moving into a brand new trend. So you can see a couple W's that actually went bullish right here, bullish up, but then the top in 2021. This was the end of 2021. This is when Bitcoin hit its all-time high. And then W formation looked like it was super bullish here on the Nasdaq, and then ultimately hit a top there at 16,000 and then broke down. Broke down well below its 200 that I was talking about here. Once it breaks down below the 200 moving average, generally keeps going down bearish, and then to a bear market, and then usually only corrects, about 20%, 25%. So I can definitely see that happening again here, because the market's a little too overconfident, and Things are happening very quickly, so things can sell very quickly as well. So if it does hit a top here, it does look like 21,000 would be it. If it breaks above 21,000, then we will keep surging, and it might do quite well if it breaks above that $21,000 mark right there. So that's just an update on the Nasdaq, and you can see that the 50 moving average, the price is above it for now. So that's very bullish. And the 50 moving average actually crossed through these other moving averages. So it actually went a little bearish there, and price could follow that. So we have to keep an eye on that. But that's okay. But what I'm getting at here is that this green is the 100. Now the 50 moving average is underneath the 100, right? So that's not very bearish, but it is bearish. But just minor bearish and short term right there. But it does look like that the candle wants to come back up. Does look like the 21 wants to cross the 30 here for more uprising. All right, so we'll jump into the Bitcoin. Just to give you quick instructions on my graph here, these purple diagonal lines moving obviously upwards diagonally are the trends in the bull run, okay? Or the last cycles, or this cycle perhaps, because this was a bottom right here. This is a trend, and it's been following this trend. And if you watched my last video, I explain how I believe Bitcoin's going to 88,000 right here, because in the last bull run, it did the exact same thing in the moving averages right here, and it hit its trend line, moved up to a brand new all-time high, but didn't go any higher than that, okay? So at that point, it wasn't necessarily institutional buy or anything. It was just probably retail FOMOing in at that point and trying to get some quick extra money. But I can see that happening again right now. A bit of a blow off top, we'd call it. If it doesn't make a floor here, if this is a ceiling, then it's a blow off top. That means we'll have one of these. But if you look here at this purple line, it technically hits here, so I can see an extension, very, very short term, and coming to basically coming to that line right there. Okay, so basically you can see here. And the reason why I say that is because if you look here, it's on the moving average right there, 50 moving average, bounced off that. And it looks like it's doing the exact same thing here, bouncing off the 50 moving average. And for Bitcoin here, the 30 crossed the 21 down, the 30 crossed the 21 down, the 50 moving up. And if you look closer down here, the 100 moving average has finally crossed the 200 moving average. Now the 200 moving average is moving how it should be aligned, okay, for any bull run or anything to move higher. So this is great. Okay, it looks like Bitcoin's ready to break out and move past its all-time high, 73,000. So the golden line was its all-time high. So I do think it'll surge past that and come to this technical line here. Okay, because it's technical. So just come to this technical line here, which is $88,500. Okay, if it breaks above that technical line, it should continue moving higher. But I do think it'll hit this 88,000, and I think that will be a stopping point and a lot of resistance there, because it'll be 90,000, breaking close to those 6 digits. Okay. So that's how I see Bitcoin today. Do see it still super bullish. We'll go ahead into the closer moving averages here. On the 1 day, I still see that 21 moving average. It finally now crossed that 50 moving average, so that's really bullish. And it looks like it's continuing to move up. Once that 21 continues to move up, price will move up with it. We did get a crossing past the 200 moving average, so that is super bullish. And yeah, it looks like it's continuing moving on this path here that I put. So I'll keep updating you. So please do subscribe if you like these videos. I hope this video has helped today. Thank you for watching.